Okay, Jessica.
Yes.
So tell us, how did it all begin?
Okay, I would say I was born into a Christian family, like I think most of us were, if not Christian, Muslim, or traditional, whatever one. But I was born into a Christian family. I was born into a Presbyterian church, Bantima Presby. That was where I used to fellowship at my very young age. At a young age, I'm from this family where even if you are sick, you can't escape church. Your mom, my dad, they will force you. They'll tell you when you go to church, you can't get your healing, so you have to go to church. Even at that point when we didn't really understand why we have to be in church, but then sometimes we just felt, okay, my mom says I should go to church, so I'm going to church. So I think at that point, even though I was going to church, I didn't really understand why I should be in church.
Exactly.
I just felt I had to be there because my parents are there and they want me to be there. But then growing up, I started to understand certain things. There were points in my life where I realized that I'm nothing without God. I realized that He has held me from my tender age to this age. A lot of things happen to me that I least expected. And then sometimes when I even think about it, I'm like, I didn't really do anything to deserve all of this. But yet still, I wasn't really like the typical Christian that would say, oh, okay, so it's the will of God, or probably He is doing this. But then I always fall back on myself, okay, maybe I did something without me knowing, so it's all my doing, so I'm doing great. I'm all right. Until quite recently, I think it feels like it's a coincidence that I'm on this show, but I'm really excited to
Share it with us.
Yes, because quite recently, I'm talking about 5 days ago, and now I fellowship with Paris International Child Section Asari.
Okay.
We've started fasting. So they do fasting all the time. I have never done it before. This time around, I don't know, I just felt in my spirit I had to do it. I don't know why, but then I just felt I have to do it. So when we started the fasting, that point where you go on your knees, you want to say a prayer to God, and all you can do is cry. That was the point that's the state I was in like 2 or 3 days ago. I was listening to this song, I forgot it. Mercy.
You remember the artist?
Raise it, I'll sing it for you.
Okay.
I'm happy, sister.
Yes, please help me. Help me.
Say wonderful, merciful.
The works.
It's great is your mercy. Great is your mercy.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
I was listening to that track, and then I realized that wherever I have gotten to today, it is not my might, it has not been by my power, but then it's been the grace of God. And I have been neglecting the fact that He has been there for me. He has been, even though I have been neglecting Him in so many ways, I have failed Him in so many ways, He has always been there for me. He has always had my back. He had never forsaken me or let me go astray or anything of that sort. So quite recently, I was saying my faith in God is something else. It's an amazing feeling. I feel so good with myself right now.
Wow.
It feels like I have turned a new page in my life that is the page I don't want to close. It's a chapter I don't want to close. I want to move forward with it. I just pray that at this point God will fill me with His Holy Spirit, and I will be able to live a life that is worthy within His sight. It is not an easy thing, especially with the job that we do and everything. But we are just hoping that God will see us through this period.
Nice one. Wow. Nice. Okay, so Jacinta, comedy and Christianity, do you find any challenge in there? There are certain professions, with your kind of profession, musicians, actors, comedians, footballers. I've had a lot of them on this show, and they try to draw a line between their profession and their personal beliefs as Christians. do you find any conflict in there, or you feel they complement each other to make the Christian home a very happy home?
First of all, making people laugh is a gift.
Mm.
It's a gift that if you use it well, you wouldn't say you have problems. I think the only challenge I'll say is that sometimes there are some things you want to say. You don't remember that you're Jesus Christ somebody. Some very raw things, some very raw but real. Because people who listen to me tell me, I get comments that I'm a very real life person, that even though I'm saying jokes, I'm actually saying real life stuff in a funny way. So there are some things that you would want to say, censored. You want to say it.
Just as it is. But you remember that you're a child
That
of
Christ
God.
died for my sins. So I just, and it just plays its part in everything you do, from the way you relate with people, from the way you answer. Sometimes you go on social media. Some people come, they just want to test you. Then you have to be nice, because you cannot say because person they grace you follow grace. If one person is mad, the other one has to have sense. So it's challenging. And then the industry, I went for an interview last month and I was asked this question of, being a young girl, being a nice girl, is it true that the male folks in the industry want to sleep with you before they give you jobs and all that? And I told the presenter, I said, it's normal. It's not just in the industry. It happens in the law enforcement agencies. It happens in the hospitals. It happens sometimes even in churches. But at the end of the day, the point is, what do you want? What do you stand for? So wherever you find yourself, it's not just me as a comedian, because in as much as I'm a young girl trying to live my life, there are so many other fields who face the same issue. Which problem you want to be another person never seen before? So at the end of the day, I tell myself, this is what I want. This is what I stand for. Whether morally or religiously. I have principles that I use in guiding my everyday life. So I wouldn't come and say, oh, because I'm a Christian, I will never do this, I will never do that. No, sometimes you face situations where you don't use religion, you use moral, you use psychology.
Yeah.
You use, I don't know, you just have to think outside of, Jesus this and Jesus that, and apply common sense. Even God self will be happy with you. Yes. So I think that's how I live my life, and I think it works fine for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You seem very aggressive. Though you're a very interesting person, but are you an aggressive person?
It depends. If you owe me money, then you know if I'm aggressive or not.
DKB told me you are very aggressive. He's
Don't
listening
mind that
to you.
boy. How he say me I'm aggressive?
He's listening to you.
What is he? He shouldn't bring himself up.
Lexi the comic, I just spoke to him. He's also listening to you.
Lexi.
Yeah.
His birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday. I hope he can listen.
He's listening.
Okay.
So let me
I hope he
ask.
can listen because his height.
But
fine.
it doesn't matter. He can still listen.
Maybe the radio is at the top.
But when you just increase the volume, he can listen.
How will he
Or
reach
probably
the
stand
volume?
on a chair.
How will he reach? What if there's no chair?